my mother hates me. So my mother just thinks, say, that is the impression he put between me and my mother. My mother started maltreating me, thinking I just want to be stubborn, not knowing that I was being stubborn because I was tired of being a sex slave at that early age. So this thing continued till about when I was almost 7. I used to go and do a run of supply for my mother every day, like from Monday to Sunday though, we deliver it from the army barracks. So that faithful day, I just feel that day God wants to expose everything. That faithful day, I went to do the delivery for my mother. But the officer that bought something for me was not around for me to collect my money. When he wanted to give me money that morning, I told him I don't have change because he gave me a larger note. So he now said, okay, I should go and come back. When I came back, they say he has gone to the field. So I waited when he came back, then he gave me my money. When I got home now, mom ti lọ sọ́jà. So wọ́n ti ti ilẹ̀kùn dé. Wọ́n á fi uniform mi sínú kitchen. Kitchen yẹn wà ní níta, ó wà níta. So nígbà tí mo dé náà mo wá kó ẹrù yẹn sínú kitchen náà, mo wá wọ aṣọ mi wá lọ sí school. Wọ́n ò fi oúnjẹ sílẹ̀ fún mi. Wọ́n kò fi gàrí sílẹ̀. Wọ́n ò fi anything pàpà gàrí wà nínú kitchen, mo kò bu gàrí díẹ̀ sínú nylon. Wọ́n á bu sugar sí. Mo á lọ school. Nígbà tí mo wá dé láti school, mo wá kí, a wá wọlé pẹ̀lú àwọn àbúrò mi, mo wá kí kò dáhùn. Àwọn àbúrò mi dẹ̀ kí, wọ́n dẹ̀ dáhùn. Wọ́n á ní pé, ìwọ ò má lọ sí anywhere, ọ̀yà, ìwọ dúró níbí báyìí. Mo wá dúró. Wọ́n á bẹ̀ lọ́rùn pé, ṣé wọ́n fún ọ ní homework? Wọ́n á ní pé, wọ́n ò fún ọ ní homework o. Okay, kí wọ́n lọ jẹun, kí wọ́n lọ wẹ̀, but kí èmi dúró. Wọ́n á dúró. Wọ́n á sọ fún wọn pé kí wọ́n má bọ́ta o. Wọ́n á dúró. Wọ́n á ní pé, èpè ìṣèlú èmi mo lọ ta nǹkan. Mi ò tètè wá pé kí n bọ́ aṣọ mi kí n lie down. Wọ́n á ní pé kí n bọ́ aṣọ mi. That time she had a small shot of glass. Ẹ mọ̀ glass ẹ̀ tó máa fi bọ̀ ọtí fún àwọn èèyàn. She had that little glass and the water on the table. Wọ́n á ní pé kí n lie down. But nígbà yẹn kí ni ẹ̀wọ̀n lórí mi, wọ́n á ní pé and I remember nǹkan tí that was what her husband told me the first day he finally penetrated inside of me. And I told her, I said, what do you want to put inside my private part? Mo mọ̀ pé mọ́ mi ò lè parọ́ fún mi. Ìyẹn mo mọ̀ pé wọn ò lè parọ́. Wọ́n á ní pé omi ni. Mo wá and I lie down. Wọ́n á ní pé kí n la ẹsẹ̀ mi. Mo wá la ẹsẹ̀ mi. Wọ́n á bomi ẹ̀ sínú ẹsẹ̀ mi. Nínú nǹkan obìnrin mi. Omi ẹ̀ wọ́n á wọlé. Mọ́ mi wá pariwo, o kì í ṣe virgin. Wọ́n á ní pé kí ni virgin? Wọ́n á ní pé ṣùgbọ́n ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣàṣepọ̀. Wọ́n á ní pé mi ò lè sọ fún yín o. Nítorí tí má ti sọ fún yín, ẹ máa kú, èmi náà máa kú. Wọ́n á ní pé mi ò ní kú kí n sọ fún. Wọ́n á ní pé dáàdì mi ni ò ló ń bá mi ṣàṣepọ̀ o. Wọ́n á ní pé kí n dákẹ́ ẹnu mi kí n má sọ mọ́. Wọ́n á ní pé dáàdì mi ni o. Wọ́n á sọ fún pé ẹ mọ̀ nígbà tí ẹ máa nà mí gbà yẹn, ẹ rò pé mo ti di ọmọ burúkú, ẹ máa nà mí tó bá fẹ́ báyìí sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ ní gbọ́, ẹ wá fi blade, ẹ wá fi ya ọwọ́ mi, ẹ forí mi. Mo ní pé ti gbàgbé, mo ní pé ṣe mo sọ fún yín pé ìjọ tẹ́ máa mọ̀ pé mi ò ṣe anything níjọ yẹn, ẹ máa sunkún. Wọ́n á ní pé mo ní pé gbogbo ìyà tí mo jẹ lọ́dọ̀ máa yẹn nìyẹn. Wọ́n á sọ pé so many times I try to tell you, I try to open up and tell you what I was going on, but what I was going through, but you don't want to listen to me. She now said, okay, I should go and bath, go and eat. She now ran to go and meet her sister. Her sister was maybe like 3 blocks away from us. Then she now told that one what I was going through. Her sister now told her and told her, because her sister told me when I went to the US. Her sister now told her, I said, I told you that you always beating your daughter. Fatima is not a very stubborn girl. Fatima is just a calm girl. A girl that became so stubborn, you always beat her. I told you to find out the reason why Fatima behaved like this, but you don't want to listen. Then the woman advised her to take him to the village to go and do spiritual cleansing. So when my stepfather came back, she now told me to go and eat and take my bath. But I was surprised that I didn't die. I'm still alive. So mo lọ jẹun, and I sat by the staircase when he came back from work. This happened in army barracks, military cantonment. And he now came back from work, and I greeted, he now said, I didn't greet him. He now said, how are you? Everything okay? And I eat. And I said, is everything okay? And I eat again. He now went inside. That was when my mother now grabbed him on the uniform and said, oh, so nítorí Fati ò kí n ṣọmọ ẹ. That's what Umba Ṣàṣepọ̀. Ìjọ yẹn ni mo mọ̀ pé kí n ṣe dáàdì mi. Ìjọ yẹn gangan ni wà mọ̀ pé kí n ṣe dáàdì mi. So, but in back in wa shele, mo shi wa nle yen. Mi ò kúrò. Mommy be sin say travel, ó lọ sí village, ó lọ ra epo. Mommy mi deep with palm oil, so she traveled to get palm oil. So one day my mother traveled. When my mother came back, he beat me. All my mouth, injured me. My mother and I came back and said, why did you beat Fati this way again? That was when she grew annoyed. He moved me from the house and took me to her brother's place. So I was not living with her brother's place. So I normally see my mother anytime I come back from school, anytime I come to the school in the morning. I was with my uncle in Agege. 2 years after my mother found out about my rape, my mother died. So
2 years.
I have to come. Yes, after my mother found out. Yes. I felt bad because I just feel I shouldn't have told my mom, because he made a comment to me when it was. So when I came back to the house, I'll get to that. When I came back to the house, then, you know, as a first daughter, I have to be in the house when visitors start coming. So I thought he's not going to rape me anymore. But he told me, he said, if you don't allow me to continue raping you, I'm going to kill you the way I kill your mother, and I'm going to kill your younger ones. So I became a victim. That was how he started raping me again. And started beating me. Neighbors noticed that something is going on. Okay, Fatima, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? That day, person nearby, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? But I cannot talk. I'm scared. I cannot say anything. So I now find comfort. I just say, you know what? I start following girls in the barracks, start going to club. I will go to club, I will drink, I will smoke. So even when men see me in the club and say, they like me, I'll tell them, say, I cannot sleep with any man. That's why I ran away from the house, because my stepfather was raping me. Sometimes if there is no club, I will sleep under the staircase. So I have all those things in my book. I'll sleep under the staircase. See, one day, there's an officer in the barrack that I just went to meet him. I said, I want to report my father to you. He said, what happened? I was still scared. And I told him the man was not giving us feeding money. But I think he knew something was going on. So he now said, okay, he now invited my stepfather. He now came to meet him in the office. He now said, your daughter came to report you. When he came, I want to talk, but when he look at me, I'll be scared. I won't say anything. He said, they say you're not giving them feeding money. So you have to start giving them feeding money, or that's why I'm going to demote you. He now said, okay, we should go. The man, my stepfather now left. He now asked me, he now said, Fatima, there's something you're hiding. You don't want to tell me. Is your stepfather raping you? Is your dad, he's calling my dad, is your dad raping you? I said, I cannot tell you anything. Because he's going to kill my younger ones. I won't tell you. He said, Fatima, I said, I can't. So that was when he now said, okay, I should not worry. That was when he moved my stepfather away from that barrack to another barracks out of Lagos. That was how I became free from the rape. But because the trauma was too much, I've already become an alcoholic. I didn't finish secondary school. I dropped out of secondary school. So many times I tried to commit suicide because I find out that, look, my life is already useless. I didn't go to school. I dropped out at SS2. I didn't finish secondary school. What will I do? Will I start continue carrying? Because I used to sell oranges. That's what I now started doing to support my younger ones, for them to all finish secondary school. But what will happen to my own future? Who is going to be with a man, a girl that dropped out of school? That was the life I was living, you know, just going to club or start selling mango, selling orange. When there is a season for a particular fruit, then that is when I will sell that particular fruit. I continued that life. So many times I tried to commit suicide. I became a chronic alcoholic. In a week, I can spend more than 10 packets of cigarettes. That miserable, I was living life. I didn't value life. So one time a friend of mine had told me, I said, okay, I can't be doing all this selling and stuff like that. I should come and work with them. So I started working in Metro Park. When I started working in Metro Park, that was how I met another white guy. I said, okay, you can't be working in this kind of place. I like you. So that is how the guy moved me away from Metro Park. Then something happened with the relationship. Relationship ended, and my life became miserable all over again. I was living with that trauma because I never had that motherly love that other children had. My mother, I grew up with my mother as my enemy because he started defiling me when my mother started having children for him. My mother had 2 children for him. So he started raping me even before my mother had children for him. So I keep asking, I say, did this man marry my mother so that he can be able to be raping me? What was the reason why he married my mother? So that was how I was living with that trauma, but I was not happy with myself. I was miserable. I was not a graduate. So I was one day in church. I was just sitting down and I was miserable. And my pastor has already closed from church. Then he now sent somebody to call. He was going home. He said the Spirit of the Lord told him to come back. And I said he should go and call me. I was sitting in the auditorium. He now asked me, he said, what is going on with you? He said the Lord is just disturbing me about your matter. And I told him, and I couldn't tell him. He said, what do you do? And I told him everything. So, and I said, you need to go back to school. That's how I went back to school. I became a graduate. So I went to University of Lagos. I became a graduate. So I told him my story. I told him I want to go and arrest my stepfather. Because for me, he needs to pay the price for the thing that he did to me. I've gone to see him for like 2 times. I said, tell me the reason why you did the thing that you did to me. Because you told me, you traumatized me. Well, you told me I was ugly, I was dirty, that no man can ever be with a dirty girl like me. Like you're even giving me a favor, raping me. So tell me the reason why you did what you did to me. Then I had the confidence, I wasn't scared anymore. But he refused to tell me. So when I told my pastor that I need to go and arrest him, he said, let me pray for you. First of all, you need to stop the kind of life that you're living. You need to stop, even while you're working, you're still an alcoholic. You still live this kind of life. You need to stop it and focus and go to school. Let me pray for you. So he prayed for me. And within me, I'm telling you the truth, Uncle Ambrose, I felt the spirit of forgiveness within me. To forgive him. So I decided to go back to school. I decided to give my life a meaning. I have to fight to stop alcoholic. That is the first thing. And first thing I need to do. I have to fight stopping club. I have to fight dropping cigarettes. That was a different battle entirely. Luckily for me, I went to Unilag. I graduated sociology. I started fighting the alcoholism and stuff like that, and I overcome it. Then I went to US. 2016 in America. I critiqued because the rape issue has already made me lose 2 engagements. Whereby a guy wants to marry me, I can't hide my past. I can't tell you. I can't hide my past. I need to tell you what I was going through. I said, okay, one rape me láti kékeré o, daddy mi bá mi ṣàṣepọ̀ o. Láti ìgbà tí mo ti wọ ọmọdé. Wọ́n á ní pé, mi ò lè fẹ́ o. You are a curse. You are a I can't. You are a taboo. I can't. My mother will not agree. I told my mother. So 2 engagement call off. I've had friends that walk out from my life. They said I'm a cursed child, that a girl that can sleep with the same man that slept with her mother's husband, that they cannot be friends with me. They walk out of my life. So the extent my own friends were even mocking me. So even elderly women that try to tell my story, when I pass, they'll be clamping hand that, look at that one, they rape her from small picking, that Anya should be very wide. Sorry, I had to use that word. That is how the trauma became bad. I said, okay, so you mean I cannot tell my story anymore? So in 2016, I went to my friend movie premiere, Doris China Sariole. She did the movie The Benevolence. And another actress, Doris Simon, also was showcasing her movie in America. And that movie had to do with malaria and rape. In that movie, her father raped her. She had a child for her father, and that child later died of malaria. So when it comes to question and answer, I was so surprised that our parents in diaspora were not talking about the rape issue. We're only talking about the malaria issue. This is happening in Florida, Orlando, Florida. Happening in an art gallery called 3 Marks Art Gallery. Parents were just talking about, oh, malaria is killing our people in Nigeria. What are you going to do about it? Immediately, I became pale. But I was an American professor of history in that event that I noticed that, what's wrong with this girl? This girl, I look all fine. What happened to her? She just looked pale. That was when I raised my hand. My friend never wanted to give me the mic. But finally, Uncle Tim, the owner of 3 Max Art Gallery, and I told them to give me the mic. And I gave me the mic. That's when I raised my hand. They gave me the mic. And I said, I'm so surprised that even our parents in diaspora are shying away from the truth. Malaria is killing our people in Nigeria, yes, but malaria you can go and buy with 200 naira drugs. But there is something that is killing young girls and boys in Nigeria, that young girls and boys are suffering in Nigeria, that people are not talking about it. That people are surprised that our parents in diaspora are also shying away from the truth. And that is rape. I said, look at me. I was a victim of sexual abuse from the age of 5 till I was 14, constantly raped, but the abuse started when I was 14 so badly. And look at our parents. How do you expect victims to speak out? Everybody's talking about malaria. That was when an American professor discovered me and told me I need to write a book, this book. So the book I first titled the name My Life as a Female Child. That was first how I titled the book. But my Uncle Lawrence Udemelena told me, say, Fatima, your life as a female child will not tell your story. You need to give your book a name that will tell your story. That was how he gave me this name. He said, use the name like I called him Dad. That was how I came about the name I called him Dad. But it was not an easy thing to start writing my book. I never wanted to talk about my story. I never wanted to tell people what happened to me. Because telling few friends, telling my ex-fiancé, everybody walked out of my life. Friends abandoned me. Only good friends, and those are the friends that I have in my book, only good friends that stood by me and supported me. A lot of my friends walked out of my life. Family abandoned me. I was left alone. So I told him I cannot do it. But he said, no, you have to write this story. I don't care how you're going to do it. We went to the studio. It was a trauma because it started bringing back so many sad memories. Yes, fine, I get traumatized when I see when a child is being raped. It brings it back. So it wasn't an easy thing. That was how finally I decided to write the book. To tell my story, and also it's not all about me in this book. I need to write this book to able to also educate mothers. The thing that mothers are doing that is wrong, that is making their children vulnerable to rape. The thing that parents are doing wrong, that is making their son vulnerable to rape. Why parents don't notice why their child is being raped. Talking also about the vulnerable children on the streets. And I'm also, in the book also, we're talking about the sign to look at when your child is being raped. So I have to tell my own story, what I went through in the hands of my mother and her husband. The trauma, why it took me so long to speak out. Same with every other victim. Victims don't like speaking out. About Soroba, one rape, wow. Gbogbo ayé wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bú wa pé aṣáwó ni wá, a lọ wọ short gown, a fi makeup púpọ̀ sí. It is not that. That is one of the reasons why victims don't speak out. But when a victim has someone that said to her, you know what, I'm your shoulder. I'm going to stand by you. Speak out. A victim will speak out.
Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ ń gbọ́ yìí o, ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, bó ṣe jẹ́ pé à ń mú mọ́ èdè òyìnbó àti èdè Yorùbá, ẹ jẹ́ kí àtẹ̀kọ́kọ́ dúpẹ́ gidigidi lọ́wọ́ arábìnrin Fatima Ada Ishiaku pé ọmọ àtọmọ Haúsá àtọmọ Ìgbò ní ká wá bí sílùú Èkó ó gbọ́ tátàtà. Fẹ́yìn tí ẹ̀ ń fọkàn bá wa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tiẹ̀ gbọ́ púpọ̀, ẹ gbọ́ àwọn ìrìn àjò yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ ń sáré mu ní ẹbí lóyìnbó ṣe máa ń sọ kí mú lérèfé. Wípé láti bí ọmọ ọdún 5 ó ní ẹni tóun pè ní bàbá, tóun rò pé bàbá òun ni, ló ti ń hu àwọn ìwà kan tí ò bójúmu tí ò yẹ kéèyàn máa hù sí ọmọdé ọmọ ọdún 5 gbódógbẹ́. Wípé yóò pè òun sínú yàrá, yóò á máa fi kí mo ti fẹ́ pé o, yóò á máa fi mọ̀ pé tó wọn kì wálé ṣọnáyà kò ní dáríjì ń báyìí a ní pé bó ṣe jẹ́ ká pè á máa lè pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí rédíò yóò máa fún mi nǹkan ọmọkùnrin ẹ̀ yóò á máa fi ọwọ́ rin òun lójú ara olóhùn ò mọ̀ pé ńgbà yẹn ń ṣe ló ń fi ọgbọ́n fọwọ́ fẹ ojú ara òun títí tó fi di pé wá tó àkókò tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í gorí òun ọmọ gbódógbẹ́ tí ò tí ì gbó sẹ́yìn òbí ṣẹ́ ńlá tí ṣẹ́ ń gbọ́ nígbà mo sọ ní bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bíi 5 sẹ́yìn ó dàbí ẹni pé kí lọkùnrin yìí ń sọ lọ́sàn-án Sunday kí ló sọ rọ̀lẹ́ Sunday ó lẹ́ ń gbọ́ yìí o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ nífura ó ní ìyá òun ò nífura rárá kò fura gbogbo kìíní yìí bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ di ọjọ́ kan nígbà tí ìyá òun gbọ́ kí ìyá òun tiẹ̀ tó gbọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kan mú wọn sọ̀rọ̀ òun bá kan ìyá òun bá ní kóun la tán òun fẹ́ rọ omi ata sí kí lẹ fẹ́ ṣe yìí òun bá la tán ìyá da kíní sí nígbà ìyá da kíní sí wọn ti jábàálẹ̀ ẹ tó ti rí o ti rí àwọn òrìn kúrìn tó rìn àwọn kíní kan ní wọn sọ pé tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹni tó pè lọ́kọ ẹ òun ló ọ̀pẹ bàbá mi òun ló ń ṣe kíní ó ní ìyá òun bá lọ bàbá òun lọ́rùn pé ṣé nítorí ọmọ yìí ò kì í ṣe ọmọ ẹ ló ṣe báyìí oníjọ́ yẹn lòun tó mọ̀ pé ní kì í ṣe bàbá òun ìrìn àjò yẹn pọ̀ títí tó fi dẹni tó mu títí tó ń lo oògùn olóró tó ń sun night club káàkiri tó kúrò níléèwé tó tí ò kàwé dé tó SS2 ló ti kúrò níléèwé tó wá dẹni tó ń tọ̀sán tó ń tòrò mbó títí tó fi di pé ó wá rí alàgbà kan pásítọ̀ kan tó wá sọ pé ìwọ ọmọbìnrin ìrìn àjò ẹ̀ ò gbọdọ̀ parí síbí yìí ló fi ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ tó wá dẹni tó lọ sí yunifásitì ẹni tí ò tí ì kú ìrìn àjò ẹ̀ ò tí ì parí kò sí tí Ọlọ́run bá mi kò lè ṣe jẹ́ kí n kọ́ béèrè àwọn béèrè kan. You can decide to answer in English or àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní lórí ọ̀fẹ́ àti àǹfààní àtàwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé wa lórí Facebook gbogbo yìí náà ẹ ní gbogbo ìbéèrè tẹ́ ń béèrè máa fún yín ní àǹfààní láti béèrè ìbéèrè. Béèrè tí mo fẹ́ béèrè ni pé ní gbogbo ìgbà tí kíní yìí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí kò sí àwọn èèyàn bí àwọn tí mọ́mì yín bí lẹ́yìn yẹn tí wọ́n ní fura ìyẹn ò ní ṣé bàbá ẹni tẹ́ pé ń bàbá yìí tó jẹ́ step daddy ṣé kò fi ipá bá àwọn sísá sí náà tó kù ṣé kò fi ipá bá wọn lò? Was he abusing your other sisters? Did any of your sisters notice what was going on? Hello? Hello?
Mo ní àtọmọ bàbá obìnrin lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ṣé lọ́wọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ I'm the only one. You see, Uncle Ambrose, you know, this what I'm going through, what I went through, a lot of children in this society today are going through that same thing. Like I said, if we have people that are passionate, that can stand and say, okay, you know what? We need to put an end to this thing. We need to support victims. Like Oni of Ife, he made me an ambassador. When he heard my story, because he's someone that is very passionate about fighting against rape, I will support you. Whatever you need to fight against this rape, I will support you. Be an ambassador for Queen Moremi initiative for Say No to campaign. Same thing, Women FM. They give me their platform to speak out. You understand me? Encourage me and say, and these are the reasons why I can be able to speak out, and everybody coming for interview, I can come and say, okay, yes, I'm going to speak out. I will do this. Because the encouragement they gave me. Now, the same thing other people need to be doing to be able to also support victims, educate victims. Now I have a platform which I use, Women FM and Queen Moremi Initiative, where I can go out and talk to victims, educate parents. Because I'm telling you, a lot of parents, mostly mother, are the reason why their children are being raped constantly.
Okay, nígbà tí a lọ ṣe spiritual cleansing, irú spiritual cleansing wo? Irú spiritual church lẹ lọ ní
No, kí n ṣe
ìlú mọ́mì lẹ lọ àbí?
Ìlú mọ́mì la lọ. Kí n ṣe church, traditional cleansing ni. But ilé ni, ẹni tó dàgbà jù nínú ilé yẹn ní ilé mọ́mì mi. Dáadáa from my mother side láti ọ̀dọ̀ mọ́mì wọn àbí láti ọ̀dọ̀ dáàdì wọn ló máa ṣe kí yẹn. So ẹ̀gbọ́n grandmother mi ló ṣe kí yẹn. Wọ́n wá fi aṣọ pupa. Ọjọ́ ẹ̀ mo rọ aṣọ pupa. Wọ́n á ra adìyẹ, wọ́n tún ra epo àti iṣu àti nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n á fi ẹmu local pot yẹn. Wọ́n á fi local pot yẹn, wọ́n á fi ṣe nǹkan níbẹ̀. So ẹ̀sán adìyẹ ni èmi jẹ. Wọ́n á ní pé ó ní ìrókò tree nǹkan. Mi ò mọ̀ nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe níbẹ̀. Wọ́n á ní pé kí n gbé kíní ẹ̀ kí n lọ dà sí abẹ́ ìrókò tree yẹn. But nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe fún mọ́mì yẹn mi ò rí o. Mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ rí. So ti stepfather mi yẹn, stepfather mi ò tẹ̀lé wa lọ sí ìlú mọ́mì. Nítorí tó bá tẹ̀lé wa lọ sí ìlú mọ́mì, wọ́n máa ní pé kó lọ jó, kò ní wọ aṣọ. Ṣó ti yé yín?
Ó máa jó ní hòhò láàrin ìgboro.
Ní hòhò ọjà. So kò ní wọ aṣọ. So mọ́mì ò fẹ́ kí kíní ẹ ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ why? Nítorí nígbà tí mọ́mì fẹ́ dá stepfather mi, àwọn òbí mọ́mì wọ́n sọ pé kó má fẹ́. So wọ́n gba owó lórí mọ́mì. Wọ́n jẹ́ kí stepfather mi san owó lórí mọ́mì. But mọ́mì kò tẹ̀lé stepfather mi ni. So that's why mọ́mì ò fẹ́ kí stepfather mi wá sí ìlú. Nítorí wọ́n máa rẹ́rìn sí mọ́mì. So nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe tán, oníkan nínú adìyẹ yẹn tí wọ́n á gbé fún máa yẹn kí máa yẹn jẹ. Wọ́n ní pé tí wọ́n bá ṣe kíní ẹ̀ pé nǹkan burúkú á ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú èmi àti mọ́mì. But nígbà tí mọ́mì wá ṣe aláìsí, ó tútù bẹ̀rẹ̀ bá mi ṣe àṣepọ̀. Mọ́mì ṣì wà nínú mọ́ṣúárì o. Wọ́n ò tí lọ sí mọ́mì o. Mọ́mì wà nínú mọ́ṣúárì. Iwájú Ọlọ́run àti èèyàn, mọ́mì ṣì wà nínú mọ́ṣúárì. Tí máa ti bẹ̀ tí bá mi ṣe àṣepọ̀.
Ok. Ní àwọn bí alàgbà, bí àgbà ẹ̀sìn, bí kéde kan tí nígbà gbogbo kí ni ṣe tí màmá dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ kó tó di pé wọ́n kú yẹn, tí wọ́n lọ sọ fún wípé bí akọ́tẹ̀ pé dáàdì kan wò ó bóyá ṣẹ̀mọ̀ ń gbà mí bóyá ara wọn ò yá dáadáa, bóyá n tó ń bá wọn kò bí kíní ẹ bá ti gùn wọ́n àfìgbà tó bá sá ṣe irú àwọn ọ̀pẹ. Láwọn alàgbà nínú ẹbí àbí tó jẹ́ àgbà ẹ̀sìn, religious leaders, láti mọ́mì lọ sọ fún tó ń bá dáàdì sọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀, your stepfather nígbà yẹn kò sí.
Àwọn méjì ni mọ́mì mi bá sọ̀rọ̀, Uncle Ma àti mọ́mì David. Àwọn méjèèjì nìkan mọ́mì sọ fún. Àwọn méjèèjì nìkan. Mọ́mì David yẹn ṣì wà nínú Amẹ́ríkà. Mọ́mì David yẹn nígbà tí mo lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà, mo wá sọ fún pé ẹ̀wọ̀n nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kọ ìwé o. Nítorí abẹ sí wá mọ́mì Dave, rí mọ́mì Dave, mọ̀mí tí mọ́mì Dave lọ. So nígbà tí wọ́n lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà, cousin mi wá sọ fún mi pé mo ti rí mọ́mì Dave wà ní New Jersey. Wọ́n á ní pé ẹ̀dùn mo fẹ́ bá mọ́mì Dave sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n á fún mi nọ́mbà Dave. Wọ́n á sọ fún Dave pé sọ fún mọ́mì ẹ pé Fatima fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀. So wọ́n á sọ pé Fatima bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ní Fatima wò. So nígbà tí wọ́n wá pè wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pé Ọlọ́run ó ṣe o, Ọlọ́run ó ṣe o. Wọ́n á ní pé mọ́mì kí ló dé? Mọ́mì ṣe aláìsí, ẹ wá fi wálẹ̀, ẹ wá sá lọ. Wọ́n á ní pé kí èmi máa bínú o. Pé ṣé èmi rántí nǹkan tó ṣe mí nígbà tí mo wà ọmọdé? Wọ́n á ní pé ṣé ìgbà tí stepfather mi bá mi ṣàṣepọ̀, wọ́n ní pé wọ́n á ní pé nítorí máa yẹn ni àwọn kúrò ní barracks o. Pé máa yẹn wá bá pé òun ò bá yọwọ́ kúrò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ mi àti òun, pé òun máa pa mí bí òun máa pa mọ́mì Dave bí òun ṣe pa mọ́ mi. Mọ́mì Dave wá sọ fún mi pé òun ló fa tóun sá lọ o. Pé lójoojúmọ́ ní àwọn máa ń gbàdúrà fún wa pé kí Ọlọ́run protect àwọn ọmọdé, owó mọ bó ṣe máa rí mi. But mo wá sọ pé mo wà ní Amẹ́ríkà báyìí, mo fẹ́ kọ ìwé o. Wá ní pé ànìkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi nìyẹn, ẹ̀rù dẹ̀ ń bà mí o. Wọ́n á ní pé máa ní ọ̀dà, wọ́n á sọ pé máa yẹn ti ṣaláìsí. But nígbà tó ṣaláìsí, ó pe ọmọ mi bí ọmọ méjì fún. Ó wá pè wọ́n, wá sọ pé jọ kí wọ́n bẹ̀ mí kí n dáríjì òun. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ wá sọ fún pé ìkànnì ẹ̀. No wonder Fati hate ẹ̀. Pé àwọn náà wọn ò lè dáríjì. wọ́n ní pé kí wọ́n bẹ̀ mí kí n dáríjì wọ́n á sọ fún mọ́mí Dave pé ẹ wo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ o mo fẹ́ kọ̀wé mọ́mí Dave wá ní pé kí n kọ̀wé náà pé nǹkan tí mi ò bá mọ̀ pé kí n wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ òun máa sọ fún mi pé kí n kọ sínú ìwé yẹn.
ok ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbé kí a gba àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti ń bá wa bọ̀ ní ààyè láti béèrè ìbéèrè àti ká lè mọ́lẹ̀ sí kíní kí àwọn òbí kí wọ́n lè rí ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́ dáadáa àwọn tó wà lórí Zoom pẹ̀lú wa tá a bá rí ẹni tí ó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kí ẹ̀bùn bá ṣe máa ń ṣe ẹ lọ síbi actions ẹ̀ bá mi wé àbíkẹ́ náwó mò ń rí kálukú lórí screen bí bóyá kí n lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ alàgbà Dèjì Adénúgà tí wọ́n ń wò wá láti Dublin. Alàgbà Adénúgà tẹ̀sí wa ń bẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi unmute mic yín.
Mo wà ń bí ẹ kú o.
Ẹ ń fọkàn bá wa lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Bí àwọn nǹkan wà tí mi ò fọkàn tẹ̀ nígbà tí arábìnrin yìí ṣàlàyé tẹ̀yin fẹ́ tàn mọ́lẹ̀ sí ẹ jẹ́ fún yín ní oore ọ̀fẹ́.
Ẹ ṣé ẹ kú ètò.
Ẹ káalẹ́ sà.
Àbúrò mi Fatima ẹ káalẹ́.
Ẹ káalẹ́ sà, yes ẹ káalẹ́ sà.
Ẹ kú ohun ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ ẹ kú ọmọ ṣe.
Ẹ ṣeun sà.
Well done for that courage. For that
Thank
courage to be able to say your story to help other people, other victims.
Thank you so very much.
What circumstances?
Thank you.
I just want to ask one or two things for the benefit of the people that might be going through this, and also for the mothers to be able to learn from this. Let me first ask you, after your mom's death and your stepfather started saying things to you, did you ever hint anybody about the fact that your stepdad was responsible for the death of your mom?
No. Okay. I always accused him that he was responsible for the death of my mother.
But you never told anybody? Because
I only told people in the barracks that I'm sure that he killed my mother.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell them that he was raping me. I even revealed it to the officer that he was raping me. But now it's all clear to all those people in the barracks now. It is all clear to them that that was the reason why the man kept beating me. Because I know that some of them will say, Fatima, I was telling Patrick the reason why this man always beats you because he's having sex with you.
All right, thank you very much. Alàgbà Ambrose Femide. Tabani kálọ̀ pé bí ti rí gan la ń wò yìí. Lóde òní ẹ rí pé a lè máa complain pé ara ń kan àwọn obìnrin púpọ̀ lóde òní. Ṣé rí tá a fúnra wa tá a fọwọ́ ara wa fà. Ẹ rí pé màmá Fatima ó tutù jù. Obìnrin ìsìn ò gbọ́dọ̀ tutù bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ káwọn obìnrin ìsìn wọ́n mọ̀. Ọkùnrin tó lóbìnrin lé tó bá rí pé obìnrin òun kanra jù kó jẹ́ kó yé òun wípé àìkanra rárá àwọn ìyá tiwa ń gbà yẹn àìkanra àwọn obìnrin ìjọ́sí ó ti ṣe àkóbá fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ. Ntewúrẹ́ bá ń tàbá filẹ̀ òun léwúrẹ́ ń gbé o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn òbí kí wọ́n gbìyànjú láti kanra kán ṣe akíkanjú kan mọ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ wọn. Àtọkùnrin ni àtobìnrin ni. Mo ti pàdé Fatima lórí Safe Space. Mo ti gbọ́ story yìí. Ẹkún gbọ̀n mi níjọ́ tí mo ń gbọ́ mo dẹ̀ rọra sunkún sínú gbà mí máa pa fídíò máa sunkún díẹ̀. Ṣé ni mo rò pé mo ti sunkún tán? Lénìí tí mo tún gbọ́ story yìí ẹ rí pé mo ń pa fídíò mo ń tàn ni. Kíni ẹ ṣì ń ká mi lára ó ṣì ń mú mi lómi ara. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé n tó ń pa mí lẹ́kún rẹ̀ tó ń dùn mí gidi ni pé a sì ní àwọn olórí burúkú ọkùnrin a sì ní àwọn olórí burúkú èèyàn síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí tí wọ́n ń ṣe ṣùtá fún àwọn ọmọbìnrin kan lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n fi sí abẹ́ ìtọ́jú wọn. Mo dẹ̀ gbàdúrà pé àṣírí gbogbo àwọn ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ àṣírí wọn máa tú. ṣe rí nígbà tí àṣírí wọn bá wá tú wá yìí o Ambrose ní tí mo fẹ́ ká tẹnu mọ́ rèé mo dẹ̀ dẹnu lé eléyìí náà nígbà tí a pàdé lórí safe space mo fẹ́ràn ká ní ẹ̀mí ìdáríjì mo gbà pé ká ní ẹ̀mí ìdáríjì ṣùgbọ́n èmi ò gbàgbọ́ pé kí ẹni tó ṣẹ̀ kó jẹ àjẹ́ lọ tá a bá ti dáríjì ẹni tó ṣẹ̀ tán ó ní ohun tó láti ṣe tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ kó má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ torí tó bá jẹ́ pé mo bẹ̀ ẹ́ má bínú la fi parí ọ̀rọ̀ mo yìí máa tún ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ìbéèrè tí mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ Fatima ń gbà yẹn nìyẹn pé ǹjẹ́ àwọn ẹlòmíràn dẹ̀ béèrè pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí òun àti stepfather ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí ọ̀rọ̀ á débi tó dé ó ní ọbẹ̀ òun dẹ̀ ti dáríjì gbogbo àwọn èèyàn sì sọ pé ó dáa ká lẹ́mí ìdáríjì àwọn sentiment tèmi ò dẹ̀ faramọ́ rí a máa ń preach ẹ̀ ní church bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ń preach tèmi yàtọ̀ mo fẹ́ ká dáríjì èèyàn ṣùgbọ́n bó la ti ń preach ìdáríjì ṣé bí láti inú bíbélì ni bíbélì dẹ̀ sọ pé ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ kan kì yóò lọ láì ṣe kíni láì jìyà àwọn tó ń ba ayé àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ jẹ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ṣé ń ṣe ló yẹ kán ba ayé wọn jẹ́ tán kán wá tọrọ ìdáríjì ká dẹ̀ ní kán máa lọ. Àkọ́kọ́ nǹkan tèmi kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ká tán mọ́lẹ̀ sí nìyẹn o mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ máa dé bí mo ṣe ń sọ yẹn ìka tó bá ṣẹ̀ ó yẹ kó bá gé e now a lè má wàá gé e tẹkùtẹkù ṣùgbọ́n a gbọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀ bójá tiẹ̀ ré lórí ni kíka yẹn lè mọ̀ pé òun ṣẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá yọ̀ǹda ẹ̀ kó máa lọ ìka yẹn sì tún máa fa kọ́sọ́wọ́ ńjọ́ míì torí ó mọ̀ pé tóun bá ti bẹ̀ òun máa lọ ìkan nìyẹn. Fatima Ọlọ́run ti yọ ẹ́ o ti bọ́nú eléyìí gbogbo nǹkan tí ojú ẹ rí Ọlọ́run fúnra ẹ̀ ó dúró tì ẹ́ tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni burúkú ẹ jẹ́ á sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni dáadáa. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àlùfáà that pastor that helped you. I really want to thank that pastor for doing the job of a pastor because we have pseudo pastors that if you fell in their hands they would have taken advantage of you and rubbish you more.
The one that saved my life. Because so many times I tried to commit suicide. So many times.
Ìyẹn ni mo sọ pé àwọn nǹkan tó ti là kọjá kò ń ṣe tó kéré nǹkan tó là kọjá ó pọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo àwọn tá à ń gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí àtàwà lórí ètò yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n bá ti irú nǹkan báyìí bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọ́n nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ wa gidi kì í ṣe èébú tàbí ojú ẹ̀tẹ́ ní ká fi máa wò wọ́n torí pé kì í ṣe dídùn inú wọn ni wọ́n fi ń la ìtàn wọn sílẹ̀ kì í ṣe dídùn inú wọn rárá yálà ẹni tí bàbá ẹ̀ bá lò pọ̀ ni o tàbí ẹni tí aládùúgbò kan bá lò pọ̀ ni o yálà ọmọ kékeré ni o tàbí àgbàlagbà ni o kì í ṣe dídùn inú ẹ̀ rárá. Nígbà tó dẹ̀ títí láwé eléyìí kọjá tó wá confide in èèyàn kan tí tàbí tá a mọ story ẹ̀ tá a wá fi ń bu àwa fúnra wa gan a tún rèpò ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni tó bá ń bú irú victim bẹ́ẹ̀ tàbí òun fojú tẹ́ńbẹ́lú ẹ̀ ìwọ fúnra ẹ̀ ìkà tó ṣe fún ńṣe ló ṣe déédéé pẹ̀lú ìkà tí ẹni tí ó fipá bá lò pọ̀ tó ṣe fún. Mo fẹ́ ká tún dìyẹn náà mú nítorí náà àánú wọn ló yẹ ká ṣe àti ìrànlọ́wọ́ ló yẹ ká ṣe fún wọn ẹ jẹ́ kí n sì dúró ń bẹ̀ mo fẹ́ fààyè lẹ̀ fún àwọn tán láti béèrè ìbéèrè yálà lọ́wọ́ òun ni tàbí tán bá fẹ́ bi èmi náà ní nǹkan kan torí mo ṣe bí púpọ̀ láti sọ.
Ẹ ṣé sà.
Mi máa pè láti sọ̀rọ̀.
Rédíò yìí lọ sílẹ̀.
Okay, mo ti pa. I was sorry, sir.
Okay.
I was finding my way around it. But I've been here. I'm here.
Ẹ fẹ́ béèrè ìbéèrè ni àbí fẹ́ bá a dá sí?
Mo kàn fẹ́ commend the sister yẹn for the courage she has, to speak out. I was sending you some messages. Who said our messages concerning the program was as she was talking, and more a bit of my own story, and it was bringing memories of. But I commend her courage a lot.
Thank you.
And I know this program would open the eyes of many people and give some other people courage.
Thank you.
I
Thank
commend
you
your
very
courage,
much.
and I pray that God will give you full healing because I know I have an idea of how it is.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Arákùnrin Balm of Gilead, Gabriel, wọ́n ní báwo lẹ ṣe dín pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ stigma àwọn tí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ fún tí wọ́n fi ń ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ pé that could be very trouble. Then pé ìyún lé ní pé kó tó di pé mọ́mì yín kú ṣé ẹ tiẹ̀ jọ sọ̀rọ̀ pé kẹ́ ẹ dáríjì wọ́n àbí. Then ìkẹta tí ṣọ́kùn bí ó ní òun sunkún lọ́wọ́ báyìí ìbéèrè tó wá tẹ̀lé.
That's why me ò fẹ́ sunkún lé ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ má sunkún o.
Are you totally healed?
Nobody keeps asking that same question. Okay, Uncle Ambrose, in case I forget any question, please you take me back to it. Okay, yes. For my mother, I forgive my mother. I love my mom. I love even till death. I still love my mother so very much. My mom is a strong woman, but she became weak when it comes to a man, and she begged for forgiveness. She made sure that she gave me the love that she didn't give me all this while, you know. But there's still some scar that she put on me that sometimes, like the back of my hand where she cut my hand, that I should bleed to death. She doesn't care. Those scars just remind me of the thing that I passed through. But she made up, and I forgive her. She's an amazing mother, so I forgive her. And secondly, okay, for the trauma, you see, yes, I deal with a lot of trauma. Like sometimes when I do events and had interviews, and people just go to my and they comment and start insulting me, calling me all sorts of names. But one day I just sat in the mirror and I just look at the mirror and I look at myself and I say to myself, Fatima, you have a beautiful story, you know, and those that are mocking you don't even have a story. So I start laughing. So I try to develop a very thick skin. As long as what I'm doing is I'm saving a girl child and I'm saving a boy child. And I want to have children in a society free of rapists. I have nieces, I have nephews, you know, I have goddaughters. And I wouldn't want anything to happen to them. So I'm fighting a good fight. So when people try to stigmatize me, and when they come to my face to stigmatize me, and if it's online, I just ignore them. There are people that just respond back to them. But when people stigmatize me to my face, I just look at them and I just say to them, I say, at least I have a beautiful story. You don't have a story. So that is what I used to console myself. And I have a story. I'm trying to impact in the life of society. I'm trying to educate people on how to protect the girl child. Because one thing people don't understand is this. Uncle Ambrose, the government cannot do this all by themselves. We as individuals, we need to stand and fight against rape. One, by protecting your girl child. You know, a lot of parents don't even know how to educate their children on sex abuse, on rape. But we want to, you know why? They don't know how to do it because their parents did not educate them. So they don't know how to start educating their children. What we're trying to do is to try and go to schools and educate children on sex education. We're trying to educate parents, because if you don't educate your children on sex education the right way, I'm telling you that teachers is going to educate them the wrong way. Maybe by like touching their body part, like using that as an example. So what we're trying to do is like get a mannequin to go to school. You're going to use that mannequin to start educating children with a mannequin, a male mannequin and a female mannequin. Not using any boy child or a girl child as an example. So parents should start educating their children what sex education is in the house. So when their children go to school, then and the teacher try to touch them, they'll say, no, you can't touch me. My mother taught me already. So And we're trying to also teach a victim how to be able to develop thick skin about stigma. Don't worry about those that stigmatize you. I don't care about them anymore. That's the truth of the matter. And my own focus is how I'm going to heal. That goes to my next question. I'm not fully healed. I'm healing. Because one of the things that is making me to heal is by speaking out and also helping victims. Because I need to be strong to be able to educate another victim, to be able to help another victim. So hearing people's story, helping people is helping me to heal. But at least I have 80%, I'm healed 80%, but I'm not completely healed.
Okay. Ariola Aduke Aderi Okun. Question can be, what would be your advice for people going through this same trauma? But to the pay down, anti to Shonaya and to what they are. I want to get cap, I want to get key.
Anti-to.
Láti máa pe àkíyèsí láti máa ké tán lórí àwọn táwọn èèyàn ń bò mọ́ra alàgbà kan bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Facebook bí wọ́n ní táwọn èèyàn ń bò mọ́ra ó pọ̀ tí wọn ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ síta pé ká kí yín pé ẹ bọ́ síta láti sọ̀rọ̀ arábìnrin tó ń ṣónáyà ṣẹ̀ṣì wà ń bẹ̀ ẹ bá mi tan microphone yìí kí káwọn èèyàn tẹ́ lè gbọ́ díẹ̀ nínú àwọn òrírí tẹ́ ti rí lẹ́yìn ìgbà tẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìrìn àjò yìí.
Okay, somebody is asking the man is still alive. He's not alive.
Yes, Ambrose, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. Mudupe, Mr. Ambrose Shomide. Egba Fatima Laye láti wá lo big platform yìí láti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ on rape and sexual-based violence, especially on young children. I feel it's very important for us to let children know what to look out for. I think it's very important for us to keep communicating with children, boys, girls, about the dangers of especially family members and people who are close to them, that they are potential rapists. But most importantly, I just thank you. Most importantly, anyway, be a funny opportunity. I mean, Fatima is a very brave person. There are so many women who have gone through what she's gone through, and they can't talk about it. You know, shame is a big thing that makes people keep quiet. So the fact that she's even talking, I think we need to praise her more, and hopefully this will give other people the opportunity to come out and speak. Speaking out is one thing, but getting the support is another thing. So, thank you so much, Mr. Chumide, for what you do very well in this area. Together, we all will make our society a safer one for everybody. A room by a lot of people. In fact, parents were a room by parents. But like I said, we need to just keep talking to our children, our wards, and young people around us about the potentials of a rapist. That a rapist is amongst us. You know, everybody is a potential rapist until you prove yourself otherwise. But God bless you, Fatima. God bless you for speaking.
God bless you, Auntie. Thank you for always being there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Sheon. I love you. Thank you.
We
love you too.
Microphone kí a lè gbádùn ara wa dáadáa ká lè gbádùn ara wa. Mo rí àwọn èèyàn bíi méjì kan tí wọ́n nawọ́. Mo ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yín o, alàgbà Adéjì Adénúgà. Nǹkan méjì la fẹ́ sọ. Pé báwo lè ọgbẹ́ yìí báwo ni yóò ṣe lọ? Àwọn míì náà wà nírú tí wọ́n nírú ìrírí yìí tó jẹ́ pé títí dòní ọgbẹ́ yẹn ò lọ, wọn ò sì lè sọ. Wọ́n sì ń rí ẹni tó ṣe kíní yìí, wọ́n ń rí lójoojúmọ́. Ó lè jábúrò bàbá, ó lè jábúrò ìyá, ẹni tó súnmọ́ wọn. Mo ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yín. Ariola Aduke Aderi Okun, ẹ bá mi tan máìkì yín kí ẹ bọ́ sódò afẹ́fẹ́.
Yeah, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ sà. Ẹ ṣeun gan. I want to commend Fati. I've been following her online for quite a while. I praise your courage, and I want to say thank you for coming out to speak. Thank you very much. Èmi fẹ́ wo from another angle. The angle tí mo fẹ́ mú is the angle of àwa obìnrin. Ó dàbí pé táwọn obìnrin bá ti fi ọkọ wọn sílẹ̀ tó bá mú ọmọ wọn lọ fẹ́ ọkùnrin míì, ẹ̀rù á máa bà wọ́n. Wọ́n máa wá divert gbogbo love tó ní fọmọ wọn yẹn. Wọ́n máa divert ẹ̀ sí ọkọ tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́. Wọn ò ní pay attention sí ọmọ tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń fẹ́. Most of we women are so careless. Very, very careless. Carelessness wa ló máa ń jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa kí wọ́n go through all these things. Tá bá gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tí Fati sọ, the mother too, she's to be blamed for her carelessness. Àwa kì í ṣàkíyèsí àwọn ọmọ wa because we don't give them the chance to be closer to us. Táwọn ọmọ bá tún wá ń sọ nǹkan tójú wọn rí, a máa dà wọ́n nù wá ní fẹ́ listen sí wọn, which is very, very bad. Ibi tí èmi fẹ́ wò pé ó yẹ káwa ìyá ká máa ṣàkíyèsí pé tó bá ti fi ọkọ kan sílẹ̀ àbí ọkọ kan ó kúrò lọ́dọ̀ ọkọ kan ó lọ sẹ́lòmí ó wá ṣe, you have to take care of it tó mú wá síbẹ̀. That is one. Then ìjọba wa wọn ò tí really ṣe òfin tó take care ìfipábánilò. Gbogbo àwọn association, NGOs, everybody is just shouting, everybody is joking. No, the government is not saying anything serious about it. Wọ́n kàn fi ọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ wọ́n fi ń mú. I think it's high time. Kíjọba kí wọ́n túbọ̀ bá wa wá nǹkan, kí wọ́n bá wa wá nǹkan ṣe sí. Fati, I praise your courage again. Thank you very much, sir, my Oga, for bringing this laudable program. Thank you, sir.
Àṣepọ̀ mo dúpẹ́ gidigidi o. Mo dúpẹ́ Mákindé, mo dúpẹ́ ọ̀nàwọ́. Ẹ bá mi tan microphone yìí látọ̀dọ̀ yín kẹ́yìn náà kẹ̀dá sí. Mo dúpẹ́ Mákindé, mi mọ̀ bóyá ọkùnrin ni àbí obìnrin. Okay. À ń gbọ́ yín.
Hello, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi?
À ń gbọ́ yín o.
Okay. Mo fẹ́ comment Sister Fatima wípé mo fẹ́ comment lórí courage wọn tí wọ́n ní, because this same thing ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní one secondary school kan tó yẹ pé èèyàn kan wá counselor yẹn pè wá ní ibi iṣẹ́ wa wípé there's one particular one girl kan ní GS3 tó ní this similar case, stepfather ó molest ẹ̀ láti 5 years. So unfortunately ìgbà tá dé school yẹn tá lọ bá counselor yẹn, counselor yẹn pé ọmọ yẹn adẹ̀bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ pé báwo ló yẹ ṣẹlẹ̀, ó explain everything fún wa. So wá ní okay wípé a fẹ́ get in touch pẹ̀lú àwọn parents ọmọ yẹn. So unfortunately nǹkan tó wá yà wá lẹ́nu wípé ìgbà tí mọ́mí ọmọ yẹn máa wá pẹ̀lú that stepfather, the mọ́mí ọmọ yẹn wọ́n ní láti máa cover up stepfather yẹn. So ìgbà tó wá yà wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yìí pé kí ló take ọmọ yẹn láti 5 years, you are now 11 years old now, ó wà ní GS2, kí ló take any time láti sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wípé láti come out by. Ó ní the reason is that òun ò lè take ẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ òun wá advice òun wípé kóun fi oògùn eku sínú oúnjẹ stepfather yẹn. So ó ní òun wá wò pé báwo lòun ṣe máa pa èèyàn, lòun ṣe wá wò pé sísè pé counselor máa sọ fáwọn wípé anything tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn káwa máa sọ fún àwọn, lòun ṣe wá report for counselor. And since the counselor ṣe pé kò lè àti wípé wọ́n sọ pé kíní yìí wípé àwọn ò gbọ́ rí, àwọn ní láti pe àwa sísè pé kéèsì máa ń deal pẹ̀lú nìyẹn. But unfortunately aṣáwò pé kí ni help táwa lè ṣe ń ṣe, okay sísè pé mother sọ wípé òun ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kí anybody mọ̀ wípé kí wọ́n jọ wípé ká ṣàánú òun. Okay, nǹkan tá lè ṣe ni wípé ẹ gbọ́mọ yìí lọ sí hospital kí ẹ ṣe all necessary tests fún. Wípé after that, tiny biological father gan say we have to see him and talk to him. But I informed biological father, so I sọ fún wípé the child was sexually abused. Wípé stepfather yẹn ó abuse, but the only thing I sọ fún wípé kó wá máa yọjú sí ọmọ yẹn ní every weekend. That's the only thing I sọ fún wípé every week. So I don't know máa check ọmọ yẹn. But unfortunately, even the counselor of that school was telling us that you kò fẹ́ kí Lagos state government gbọ́ wípé because wọ́n bá gbọ́ wípé kíní yìí wípé wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ stuff like that, wípé wọ́n máa query àwọn náà irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀. So I don't know. So I really maybe like as Sister Fatima, may Almighty Allah as in pé constraint kini, and I just hope pé it's not just, in fact, even up to now I'm still shocked for you to go through all this emotional trauma is not easy at all. It's not easy at all, and I hope that lágbára Ọlọ́run á yẹ kẹ́ overcome everything. So that's just my contribution.
Thank you very much, Makinde. I believe women are like that because society teaches that a woman can't have real substance without marriage. Bí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ìgbéyàwó àti ọkọ fífẹ́ òun ló pín gbogbo ẹ̀ pé òun ló fà á tó jẹ́ pé obìnrin lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbà òun láti wà under a man more than caring for the children, putting all our focus on being good to the man, especially when the child is not for the man. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ sí Fọlárànmí Olúṣẹ́gun àwọn náà ń nọwọ́ alàgbà Adétáyà Olúfẹ́mi náà àmọ́ wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ yín. Ẹ kí n kọ́kọ́ mú Fọlárànmí Olúṣẹ́gun. Ẹ bá mi tán máìkì kí ẹ bá mi dá sí. Hello. Hello. Okay, ó dà pé alàgbà yẹn wọ́n ti rẹ̀ bí. Adétáyọ̀ Olúwafẹ́mi. Ẹ bá mi tán máìkì.
Ẹ kálẹ́ sá o. Ẹ sà, mo kí arábìnrin tó sọ̀rọ̀ pé wọ́n kó ọmọ ṣe o, torí ó lójú ènìyàn tó lè ní ìgboyà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lẹ́yìn gbogbo tí wọ́n là kọjá láti jáde wá sọ ìrírí tirẹ̀. Kò dẹ̀ sí ìdí méjì tó fi sọ ìrírí wọn ju láti mú kí àwọn tó wà nínú irú nǹkan báyìí káwọn náà lè ní ìgboyà láti jáde wá. Ṣùgbọ́n èmi fẹ́ wò ní ọ̀nà báyìí. Tá bá wo ọ̀rọ̀ títí wọ́n gbé wọn lọ sọ́dọ̀ ọkọ mi láti lọ fẹ́ ni. Èmi ní ìrírí ẹni tó yẹ pé ìyá ẹ̀ ti kú láti kékeré tí bàbá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń tọ́. Bàbá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń bá sùn, àwọn ìgbà tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bá sùn. Ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà táwọn gbogbo ilé máa gbọ́, ọmọ yẹn ti wọ 22 years. Bàbá yẹn dẹ̀ ti ń bá plan pé káwọn kúrò ní àdúgbò tí àwọn wà, káwọn lọ sí àdúgbò míì, kóun kúkú sọ di aya. So tá bá tún wo àárín yẹn, kì í ṣe pé bí ká gbọ́mọ lọ sọ́dọ̀ ọkùnrin míì nìkan ni. Ẹlòmíì gan wà lábẹ́ bàbá àti ìyá ẹ̀ tí bàbá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ sì mú lẹ́sẹ̀ tí ìyá tó bí kò mọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n màá wò pé ká ló ṣeé ṣe, dó ìjọba wa ń gbìyànjú, ṣùgbọ́n ìgbìyànjú wọn ò tó. There should be a kind of campaign of courage. There should be a kind of campaign tó pé gbogbo àwọn tó bá wà nínú situation yìí, wọ́n á ní àkàkì, wọ́n á ní ìgboyà láti jáde. Wípé òkè jẹ́ kí n jáde, tí n bá jáde kò sóhun tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi torí pé ìjọba máa wà lẹ́yìn mi.
Okay, ká máa ṣe pápápá nítorí lọ́jọ́ mo sọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe ń padà lọ sọ́dọ̀ àǹtí Fatima àbọ̀yẹ́ kí n lọ sọ́dọ̀ Sàláwù Ayọ̀mídé mi mọ̀ bí ọkùnrin ni àbí obìnrin. Sàláwù Ayọ̀mídé tán máìkì yín kí ẹ bá wa dá sí. Hello. Hello. Okay, bóyá ó dáa pé wọn ti ṣetán láti dáhùn. Bóyá ẹ kí n béèrè àwọn ìbéèrè yìí tí Fati. Ìbéèrè méjì kan jáde níbi láti ọwọ́ Emmanuel Ọlágbénúọlá. Wọ́n ní ṣé ẹ sì lérò láti fẹ́ ọkọ àti láti bímọ.
Hello.
Alàgbà Sàlámù.
Ẹ kálẹ́ sà.
Máa padà sọ́dọ̀ yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àǹtí yẹn kọ́ dáhùn ìbéèrè yẹn. Àǹtí Fatima. Hello. Okay. I'm padà bọ̀ náà.
I'm here. Mo wà mí báyìí.
Okay. Ìbéèrè tí ẹni ẹ béèrè pé ṣé ẹ sì fẹ́ marry, ẹ dẹ̀ sì fẹ́ bímọ àbí ẹ ti tilẹ̀kùn bẹ ẹ ti tibẹ̀.
Okay. Tẹ́lẹ̀ mo ti ní pé mi ò ní fẹ́ ọkọ, mo fẹ́ lọ adopt tẹ́lẹ̀ nǹkan tí mo ó wà nínú ọkàn mi tẹ́lẹ̀ ni pé mi ò fẹ́ fẹ́ ọkọ mọ́, but at the end of the day mo wá decide pé okay máa fọ́kọ, and when the time is right, and ó máa jẹ́ n tó máa understand pé o lè sọ fún mi pé iṣẹ́ tí mo ń ṣe yìí kí n máa ṣe mọ́, ojú ń tiẹ̀ kí n máa sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, mi ò fẹ́ràn ọkùnrin yẹn láyé mi. So I want a man that can support me and say yes, oh yeah, I will join you in fighting this particular fight, so that we can help also support victims. So I made up my mind I'm going to get married, but not this year, probably not next year. But I've definitely made up my mind that I will get married. And I'm going to, if I don't have children, I'm going to adopt. So
Councillor Yemi Adenuga láti Dublin, ẹ ti ń bá wa bọ̀ láti ìgbà tí a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó dà pé ẹ̀yin lágbàtẹ̀rù àjọ kan tó ń pè ní Shiros. Shiros, yàtọ̀ sí Shiros, boys to men. Pé bá a ṣe ń tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ń jẹ́ ọmọ fún àfi jẹ́ ọmọlúwàbí. Ṣé Councillor Yemi Adenuga ṣe wà ń bẹ̀? Ẹ bá mi tan microphone yìí kí ká lè gbóhùn yín.
Alàgbà Ambrose, Dr. Ambrose ẹ káalẹ́ o. Ẹ kúṣẹ́ ìlú, and mo fẹ́ kí arábìnrin Fatima fún courage tí wọ́n ní láti sọ story wọn. Mo kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ wọn lórí Safe Space WFM. I think this was last week or so. I'll be the week before. Mo ń try láti rántí precisely ìgbà tí mo gbọ́ wọn. And I was really, really, really taken aback. God bless you, arábìnrin Fatima. Ọlọ́run ọlọ́jọ́ òní a máa fún yín ní ọgbọ́n, ìmọ̀ àti òye láti lè máa ran àwọn ẹlòmíì lọ́wọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ṣe ń ran àwọn ẹlòmíì lọ́wọ́, Ọlọ́run á máa gbọ́ tiyín. Gbogbo èyí tó kù ní ṣíṣe fún yín, Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè á ṣe. Now, gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn ti sọ, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni mo agree pẹ̀lú, torí ibi tí a bá ara wa délé ní society àti culture àti àwọn nǹkan tá a believe in, òun ló tì wá débi tá a délé ní. Irú ibi tá a ti wá láti orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, a bá bọ́ sí apá àwa Yorùbá, a bá tiẹ̀ wo gbogbo ẹ̀ generally, torí gbogbo side Nàìjíríà náà ló ní different beliefs wa, but lápapọ̀ a ní ìgbàgbọ́ pé tóbìnrin bá ti wọlé ọkọ kò ní ohun tó lè sọ mọ́, kò ní ohun tó lè ṣe mọ́. Tọkọ bá ní bẹ́ síná, ó gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ́ síná. Obìnrin tí ò bá bẹ́ luná, tọkọ bá ní kó bẹ́ luná, ó mì pé kò wà submissive nìyẹn, nǹkan tá a believe lọ́kàn wa nìyẹn. And I mean exactly nǹkan tí Sister Shola Alison ti sọ, society ti kọ́ wa láti máa mú ọkọ, láti di pọ̀pọ̀pọ̀pọ̀ mọ́kọ ju ọmọ lọ. A dẹ̀ ti gbàgbé pé ọmọ ló máa di ọkọ ńjọ́ kan. A ti gbàgbé bí a ṣe máa kọ́ ọmọ yẹn láti di ọkọ gidi. Ọkọ tá à ń fà mọ́, ọkọ tá à ń dì mọ́, àbí ìyàwó gan, kì í ṣọkọ nìkan. Ìyàwó àtọkọ tá à ń dì mọ́, a ti gbàgbé pé bákan lẹ́nìkan ṣe kọ́ wọn. Nǹkan tó bá dẹ̀ kọ́ wọn lọ́ mọ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan táwọn ọkùnrin ń ṣe yìí, àwa òbí, àwọn òbí wa, bí wọ́n ṣe kọ́ wọn ni wọ́n ṣe mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe. Mo nígbàgbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o pé tá bá kọ́yàn á tún rẹ̀ kọ́, àmọ́ tí foundation bá ti wọ́ láti ilẹ̀ àti tún ṣe, ẹni tán fẹ́ tún foundation ẹ̀ ṣe yẹn ó láti wà seriously willing láti ṣe. So ìwọ̀nba tí gbogbo àwa tá wà ń bì báyìí tá à ń gbọ́ lénìí àti gbọ́ story, a dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kò bójú mu, ó ń kọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú wa lóminú. Kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ pé a kàn gbọ́ nìkan ṣoṣo ni gbogbo ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ parí sí lénìí. Nǹkan tá a máa ṣe as individuals. What would everybody do when you leave this place today? Kí ni role tẹ́ bá délé yín? Kí ni role tẹ́ máa ṣe? Ọmọ tó ń gbé lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ lé yín, ọmọ tẹ́ ń gbọ́ ń pa ní school ní kí ni nǹkan tá a máa ṣe? Gbogbo wa la ní role láti play. A lè sọ pé kò kàn wá, torí àwa gan ni society tá à ń sọ yìí. Ìwọ̀nba táwa ń ṣe ní Shiros gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe sọ, Ambrose, ìwọ̀nba táwa ń ṣe ní Shiro's Boys to Men project. Àwọn ọkùnrin wa bọ́n ṣe ti dàgbà sí, bọ́n ṣe kọ́ wọn, lọ́n ṣe mọ̀ sí. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọkùnrin sì tẹ́ bá fẹ́ kọ́ wọn, ẹ fẹ́ tún wọn kọ́ ó ṣòro díẹ̀ because wọ́n ti dàbí ẹja gbígbẹ, kò ṣeé ká. Ẹ bá try láti ká, ó máa kán ni. So èyí táwa ń ṣe ni pé ká má àwọn ọmọ yẹn láti kékeré, ká kọ́ wọn bí wọ́n ṣe máa ní respect fóbìnrin, bí wọ́n ṣe máa ní respect fún ara wọn gan asọkùnrin, bí ó ṣe máa yé wọn tóbìnrin máa sọ pé mi ò fẹ́, kó yé wọn pé kò fẹ́ nìyẹn, kì í ṣe pé wọ́n máa tún sọ fún pé o ò fẹ́, ó mìíràn pé o fẹ́ nìyẹn. Wọn ò ní right láti máa tún ọ̀rọ̀ sọ ní nǹkan tí èèyàn sọ pé òun ò fẹ́. Bí wọ́n ṣe máa sún fún drugs àti alcohol tó máa yẹra fún completely, torí àwọn nǹkan yìí náà ó láwọn nǹkan tó máa ń ṣe tó ń da orí ọmọ rú tó ń bá dàgbà, wọn ò ní jẹ́yàn gidi. So our aim in Shiro's Boys to Men is to raise our boys to be good men. And our vision is to see a generation of good men raised. Inú mi dùn pé Ambrose, ambassador Shiro's Boys to Men lẹ́yìn náà. Iṣẹ́ púpọ̀ dẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ wa. Bá dẹ̀ ṣe máa ń ṣe, máa fi eléyìí wrap up. Bá ṣe máa ń ṣe ni pé a máa sọ fún àwọn ọkùnrin tó wà ní community tí wọ́n bá ti sọ pé àwọn náà fẹ́ jẹ́ ambassador, wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ mentors fún àwọn boys tó wà ní community wọn. Àkọ́kọ́ kọ́ àwọn ọkùnrin yẹn náà wọ́n ṣe máa di better men, because a lè ní kí ọkùnrin tí bóyá pedophile ní táàmù, a lè ní kí ọkùnrin yẹn kó wá máa mentor ọmọ ọlọ́mọ míì. So iṣẹ́ tá máa kọ́kọ́ ṣe ó dín dín oṣù mẹ́ta ni àwọn ọkùnrin yẹn máa fi gba training tí wọ́n máa fi tún ara wọn bí. Bí àwọn fúnra wọn gan máa ṣe jẹ́ better husband, better brother, better uncles ní community wọn, tí wọ́n á ṣe nílé, tó máa ṣe ládùúgbò wọn, táwọn ará àdúgbò á mọ̀ pé ìyípadà ti dé bá àwọn ọkùnrin kí wọ́n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mentor àwọn boys tó máa jẹ́ members Boys to Men club wọn. So ìwọ̀nba táwa ń ṣe ní láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní build next generation of our men. Anybody tó bá wà nínú ìpéjọpọ̀ ilé ní tó bá wish láti jẹ́, tó bá lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé ọkùnrin rere lòun, òun dẹ̀ lè mentor àwọn boys ládùúgbò òun, mo máa love láti have yín as a mentor no Boys to Men club anywhere in the world lẹ lè ti jẹ́ mentor. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ ká ṣe, ká má kàn máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ti pọ̀ jù. Ẹnìkan sọ earlier pé government wa wọn ò ṣe nǹkan kan, ó tọ́ lọ́dẹ̀ sọ, ọwọ́ gbogbo wa ló wà. Government ò ṣe laws, gbogbo wa níṣẹ́ láti ṣe. Àtòrí àwọn government gan tó yẹ kó ṣe laws, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú wọn gan pedophiles ni wọ́n. So báwo náà ṣe fẹ́ ṣe law tó máa stop wọn láti máa ṣe àṣemáṣe tó ń ṣe? Ọlọ́run á ràn gbogbo wa lọ́wọ́ o. Arábìnrin Fatima, God bless you. Ẹ ṣé o. Ẹ̀yin lẹ jẹ́ ká mú ọ̀rọ̀ ìsọ lénìí. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń ràn yín lọ́wọ́ náà, Ọlọ́run á máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Like I promised lórí Safe Space WFM, you're welcome to be my guest as well on my show. Sharing with Yemi. Arábìnrin tó wọ́n connect yín mọ́ mi. Adeshe, you know, and Ambrose, God bless you for this platform. Well done. Fantastic job. Ekusheno.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, Alabadeja Deduka máa fẹ́ padà wá sọ́dọ̀ ẹni fẹ́ kẹ́ fèsì sí ọ̀rọ̀ tí arábìnrin Modúpẹ́ Mákindé tó náà wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn àjọ kan tí wọ́n ń rí sí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí. Ìkáṣe yìí lẹ́ni ẹnìkan wá ní kí n forúkọ bòun láṣìírí. Wọ́n ní àwọn bí ọmọ mẹ́rin, ọkùnrin mẹ́rin ni wọ́n. Àwọn ò sí lọ́dọ̀ ọkọ, ọ̀dàgbọ́n ti divorce. Wọ́n wá ní àwọn ò sì ní access sáwọn ọmọ yẹn. Ọkọ wa ń sọ pé ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ tó ń gbà ní ó máa tọ́ wọn aunt and house help. Okay, ó ní ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ ní ó máa tọ́ wọn. Ó ní nígbà tóun sì wà pẹ̀lú ọkọ òun, tóun wà pẹ̀lú ọkọ òun ti sọ fún un pé house help kan ló dì fúláwà òun náà. Ṣọ́rọ̀ mi ń gẹ̀tẹ̀. Ọkọ sọ fún un nígbà táwọn sì ń fẹ́ra wọn tó rí pé tírélà gbà ní wọn kọjá pé house help ló dì fúláwà òun. Òun wá ní ọmọ mẹ́rin tọkọ òun gbà lọ́dọ̀ òun tó wọn ní access wọn tó pé àwọn ọmọ ipe bóun ṣe ń wò wá tóun gbọ́ wa lórí rédíò yìí ẹkún gbọ́n òun báwo ni kóun ti ṣe. Alágbàdéjà lóga so ìbéèrè ẹ méjì ni.
Ẹ ṣe àkọ́kọ́ arábìnrin Modúpẹ́ Mákindé mi mọ̀ bóyá wọ́n ṣì wà ńbẹ̀. Ohun tí ó ṣe mí ní kàyéfì ni mo fẹ́ bi wọ́n, but tí wọ́n bá wà ńbẹ̀ wọ́n lè dá mi lóhùn. Ni pé nígbà tí wọ́n dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọbìnrin tí wọ́n lọ tán torí ẹ̀ pé wọ́n ní skul yẹn, ó ṣe mí ní kàyéfì pé ẹnìkan pa wọ́n lẹ́nu mọ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ kẹ́nu wọn pamọ́ síbẹ̀ pé wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sọ síta. Mo fẹ́ béèrè pé ṣé àwọn ò ní bí wọ́n ṣe ń operate ni, torí irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ kì í ṣe tá à ń pamọ́ abẹ́ ilé. Wọ́n pè wọ́n fún ìrànlọ́wọ́ ni. Mo mọ̀ dájú wípé ọmọbìnrin yẹn ní tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí lẹ́yìn incident yẹn ó máa ju tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí kọjá lọ, torí wípé ṣe la bò mọ́. Ó yẹ kí wọ́n pe àwọn agbófinró kí wọ́n dá sí. Wọ́n tún ní wọ́n fi kinní yẹn pamọ́ fún bàbá ọmọ gangan. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn kinní yẹn mo fẹ́ ká kíyèsí ara, especially àwọn run NGO fúnra wa ká má bàa jẹ̀bi níwájú Ọlọ́run. Àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ẹ̀yà àbújútó wọn dáadáa. Tí arákùnrin Modúpẹ́ bá wà ń bẹ̀ ni láti lè dá mi lóhùn, wọ́n jẹ́ kí n mọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ kí n yára lọ dáhùn ti ẹnìkejì tí ó sọ pé òun ní ọmọ 4. Mi ò mọ bí ọjọ́ orí àwọn ọmọ yẹn ṣe tó, ṣùgbọ́n ohun tó dáa tó sì yẹ ni wípé yálà ó sì wà lọ́dọ̀ ọkọ yẹn ni tàbí ò sí ńbẹ̀ ni, o gbọ́dọ̀ mọ bó ṣe máa bójú ẹ̀yìn kó mọ bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Ìbájọ́ ọmọkùnrin la fílẹ̀ sẹ́yìn àbọ̀mọbìnrin, ó yẹ ká lè máa mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn. Èyí tí Councillor Yẹmí sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ohun tí ó ba society wa jẹ́ ni, ṣùgbọ́n àwa ni society náà. Tí nǹkan bá wà tá a ti notice ní pé kò yẹ kó wà, àwa náà là ń di aṣòfin, àwa náà là ń di amòfin, àwa là ń di agbẹjọ́rò, àwa là ń di tó ní NGO. Irú èyí táwọn ń ṣe yìí sìn ní ti Serious Boys to Men. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn tó ń ṣe ti àwọn other NGOs kò ní kálukú mọ tó ń ṣe, ká dẹ̀ mọ ipa tá à ń kó láti tún society yẹn, láti tún yípadà sí bá a ṣe fẹ́. Lóde òní, ọmọbìnrin kan tó bá sì ní ìgbàgbọ́ pé ọkùnrin ló máa sọ òun di pípé, dẹ̀ni ò tí ì mọ ẹni tó jẹ́. Kó o tó lọ fẹ́ ọkọ tàbí kó o tó lọ fẹ́ aya, o gbọ́dọ̀ ti pé kó o ti dángájíá. Kì í ṣe wípé nínú ìgbéyàwó yẹn, ayé àtijọ́ ńgbà tí àwọn òbí wa tí wọn ò tí ì mọ púpọ̀ nínú nǹkan tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ni a máa sọ pé o ti ń lọ ilé ọkọ ẹ o, kò lọ máa ṣe oúnjẹ fọ́kọ ẹ ń sìn o, ẹni tọ́kọ ẹ bá ti sọ ni o. Èmi ò rò pé oúnjẹ àtọ̀rọ̀ orí bẹ́ẹ̀dì nìkan ló mú èèyàn lọ ilé ọkọ ń sìn. So tó bá jẹ́ yẹn ẹnìkan sì ní lọ́kàn, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ a ní láti tún èrò ara wa pa. Tó bá jẹ́ pọ́kùnrin ló máa sọ fún ẹ pé jókòó síbẹ̀ yẹn ò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ dìde, ní èjì tá a wà yìí, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ iṣẹ́ sì wà lọ́wọ́ wa nìyẹn. Ọkùnrin náà dẹ̀rẹ́ tó bá feel pé òun gbọ́dọ̀ lè pàṣẹ fún obìnrin tí èmi lọ́kọ ẹ, èmi ló lówó orí ẹ, ìyẹn kọ́ ni àṣẹ kọ́ náà fi yẹn pa. Wọ́n fi ṣe àwòkọ́ṣe ni, wọ́n fi show example. If you are a leader, you have to show example as a leader. You are not going to call yourself a leader. The people you are leading should be able to call you a leader and say, ìyàwó ẹ ló máa sọ pé olówó orí mi, ìwọ kọ́ ló máa ní èmi lólówó orí ẹ. So tó bá dẹ̀ ń jẹ́ olówó orí, ìtumọ̀ tẹ́yìn pè lólówó orí ni master servant thing, then you don't understand what is olówó orí. So ẹ jẹ́ ká fìyẹn sílẹ̀ lápá kan. Ohun tí mò ń gbìyànjú láti sọ ń bẹ̀ ni pé society wa bí òye ṣe ń yé wa sí, àwa la máa fúnra wa tún society wa ṣe. Obìnrin ò gbọ́dọ̀ jókòó tẹ́tẹ́tẹ́ ní èjì tá a wà yìí. Ìbùn àwọn tó bí àwa gan, a mọ̀ nínú wọn tí ò jókòó tẹ́tẹ́tẹ́ tó já kíkanjú ni wọ́n. Tẹ́yìn náà dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ lè máa dárúkọ wọn, Ọkùnrin lè kọ́kọ́ bá wọn fà á, ṣùgbọ́n ọkùnrin máa gbà fún ọgbẹ̀ yìí ni. At the end of the day, nígbà tí wáyé pé kì í ṣe èṣù ni ẹ ń tó dáa ló fẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀, ó lè má yé ẹni tó fẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ fún, ṣùgbọ́n tó bá farabalẹ̀ tó gbé kalẹ̀ òun gan náà mọ̀ pé look, jẹ́ kó rí mi pé ọ̀rọ̀ olóbìnrin yìí ń sọ. Abáyé lè sọ pé orí èèyàn pé torí pójú obìnrin ni. So society wa fúnra wa lára tó ṣe. Ẹ jọ Fatima, ẹnìkan béèrè bí ó ti lóhun ìtì. Anybody expect ó máa ti heal. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ fún tọ́ lóòótọ́. Kò heal tán títí tó máa fi darúgbó, tó máa fi wọ kòtò.
òun fúnra rẹ̀ ní kó múra sìn pé àdìsọ́ tó torí pé mo já mi lè lọ sọ́jà òun ní kó mọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ ìṣòro tóun níre ọlọ́dẹ ti ràn òun lọ́wọ́ débi tí òun dé yìí nítorí ẹwẹ́ tó ní egbò tí gbogbo àwọn oníṣègùn àgbà ńlá ayé ìtàn bá tírìtì egbò yẹn tégbò yẹn jiná ẹjọ egbò yẹn máa lápá àpá yẹn máa wà ń bẹ̀ tí nǹkan kan bá kan ojú àpá yẹn ṣé gbòò tún ní padà ni tó báwo ló fẹ́ heal tán ṣùgbọ́n nípa bó ṣe ń lanu sọ̀rọ̀ jáde tó ń gba àwọn èèyàn nímọ̀ràn tó ń share story ẹ̀ mo mọ̀ wípé a máa rí comfort nínú ẹ̀ ìyá tó bọ̀ máa ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún òun fúnra rẹ̀ á dẹ̀ tó máa ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àwọn ẹlòmíì tó ń listen sí meanwhile òun náà fúnra rẹ̀ ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe recognize pé òun sì nídìí ìrànlọ́wọ́ paríparí ẹ̀ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Fatima ọkùnrin tó máa fẹ́ Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè á ṣètò ọkùnrin gidi fún ẹ ẹnikẹ́ni mi lè sọ bí tẹ́nì kankan ti ń gbọ́ wa lẹ́nu òun fúnra rẹ̀ Fatima kó náà dẹ̀ fi ọkàn ẹni máa fẹ́ kì í ṣe tó máa ẹni tó fi kì í ẹ kò ṣe tó fẹ́ fẹ́ torí pé ọmọbìnrin tó ti go through nǹkan báyìí o jẹ́ kì í ṣe lóore ìwọ ló fẹ́ ṣe ẹni náà lóore ẹ bá fẹ́ irú ìwọ ọmọbìnrin yìí tó strong báyìí ìwọ tó ti la iná kọjá tí iná wù ẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n tí iná ò pa ẹ́ obìnrin tó strong yẹn obìnrin tó sangun yẹn so kẹ́nìkan má rò pé òun fẹ́ ṣe ẹ́ láǹfààní àbí òun fẹ́ ṣe ẹ́ ní favour láti fẹ́ àbí kí wọ́n fúnra ẹ̀ tún máa lọ máa wò pé well since ẹni yìí dẹ̀ ti lóun máa fẹ́ mi sìn má jẹ́ kí táàmì yẹn kí n jẹ́ kó kọjá you are a strong woman you are a very courageous woman you are a diamond whoever finds you whoever has that much confidence because I always say to men get confidence if you have confidence obìnrin tó máa fẹ́ àwọn queen obìnrin ni àwọn obìnrin tó sàn bá fẹ́ kì í ṣe obìnrin tó gbẹgbẹ tó máa ń sílẹ̀ yóò ṣàtà
àti wà lórí ẹ̀mí yíwá
obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ló máa fẹ́ jẹun dábàrà sọ́dọ̀ Ambrose.
àwọn ìbéèrè kan wà fún arábìnrin Fatima alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ wọ́n ní bàbá tó láṣẹ arábìnrin Fatima alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ àtó ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi pa microphone yìí dáṣẹ padà. Ebo ni ìgbà ló ti padà. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi?
Mo ń gbọ́ yín sí sá. Sá?
Your biological father, bàbá tí ó láṣẹ ìrọ̀bà pé bo ló wà. Fún ìkejì, báwo la ṣe lè how do we build the confidence of a timid boy girl child to speak out of time before things get out of hand? Màá fẹ́ ká dáhùn ìbí àlàní ìṣẹ́jú méjì torí aláti.
Okay, my biological father, I went to see him some years back to tell him what I was going through, but I think he doesn't care. The truth of the matter that if he cared, when I told him what my stepfather did to me, he would have followed me to Lagos and take control of the situation. But he did not care. It was all about money. But he died a few years ago. But I didn't go back to see him because there was not that connection of.
Which state is he from, your father?
It's from Kebbi State.
Okay, and your stepfather?
My stepfather is from Kogi State.
Okay, go ahead.
So I didn't go back because first there is no relationship. We didn't have that connection between father and daughter because it's supposed to be that relationship with me by when I went and said, this is what happened to me. This is what my stepfather did to me. But he didn't care. It was just about, what did you bring for me in Lagos? Hey, how can you be in Lagos? You don't have money. I just say, you know what? There's no need going back. But when I contacted my stepbrothers, they told me that he passed few years ago. So I didn't have a relationship with him either.
Another question is your that book tells how old are you? How can I get it?
Okay. If you're in any part of the world, you can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Ingram. But if you're in Nigeria, you can go to our website, houseoffatima.org, houseoffatima.org, all in one word. You click buy in Nigeria. With delivery, it's going to cost 4,000 naira. Once you buy and make your payment, please, there's a number there. You can send me a WhatsApp message. I'm going to get the book delivered to you. Only those within Lagos State, 4,000 naira. But if you want it outside Lagos, it's going to require another additional charge. But in Lagos State, to be delivered to you within Lagos State is 4,000 naira. Go to our website, click on houseoffatima.org. Click on buy in Nigeria. Pay, there's a account there where you can pay the money. Once you pay the money, you can send me an email with your information, then I'm going to get the book delivered to you. Latest 2 days after, you get the book delivered.
Amẹ́ríkà máa fa lọ títí aago mẹ́sàn-án àbúrò wa ṣe wà lẹ́nu àmọ́ mo ń láti dúpẹ́ gidigidi lọ́wọ́ yín fún akíkanjú láti ẹ̀ ti wá láti wá sọ gbogbo àwọn ogun tẹ́ ẹ̀ ti là kọjá èyí láti tó gba àwọn èèyàn ní àmọ̀ràn mo dúpẹ́ gidigidi Ṣọlá Alẹ́sìn wọ́n ní Fatima, you are a treasure to any man that will marry you. Okay.
I'm blushing with that word. Uncle Ambrose, okay, I also have something to say to parents.
Okay.
Yes. For every parent out there, please don't be too busy not to listen to your children. Please, always listen to your children. Check their attitude. Check when they change from a good child to a stubborn child. When children draw a certain person as a monster, don't beat them. Find out the reason why they are drawing a certain person as a monster. Because sometimes children always confide in their drawings. So pay attention. Don't leave your children for the maid to take care of. Don't let maid know more of your children. And also for single ladies, single mothers, or single father that want, because also the boy child is being raped also. Before you marry anybody to hand over your children to, please, you need to check out their criminal background or their mental health issue. Please don't bring your children into a home where their life will be destroyed, because trust me, it will be very difficult for that child to forgive you when anything happens. So thank you so very much, guys.
Very much.
Thank you.
Ilé ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn ní lọ́wọ́ àti tó ń ṣọ́náyà àti wọ́n jẹ́ kí ilé ìkó ṣe ṣe kí a ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ yìí kí dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Alàgbàdéjì Adénúgà Kàsùbáyẹmí Adénúgà àti gbogbo yín pátápátá torí mi lè máa kà á.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tí a fi àdàgbà ẹ̀rọ sí àfúntò ní nìyẹn. Adúpẹ́ o, ẹ ṣeun.